automatic. There's so many cameras. I'm like, which camera am I looking at? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another. I started talking that one. Sorry. We're going to talk about something that a Les Paul can't do, supposedly, or can it? We're going to find out if it can. What the heck? The volume knob's messing up on me. Anyways, we're going to talk about something that a Les Paul supposedly can't do. What I'm talking about a Les Paul can't sound like a Strat. Now, I'm not talking about coil taps and coil splits. I'm talking about a straight up stock humbucker loaded Les Paul. Can it sound like a Strat? You know, a lot of people would say no, that's why you need a Strat. And I think I'm gonna try to make my Les Paul sound as much like a Strat as I possibly can. Now, this has what's called T-top pickups in there. These are the original pickups in my Strat. And we're just gonna sit there and see if we can get the Les Paul to sound like it. Now, to my advantage, my Les Paul is very snappy and bright sounding. Now, so that's a little bit of a different. You know, some Les Pauls can be very dark. Mine has a maple neck. I think that is kind of like what gives it a little bit more snap. So that's gonna help me out in the hunt. But we're gonna try some clean tones and maybe even try some distorted tones here in a second and see what we got. Now, I'm just running into the Axe Effects because I want to be able to change a bunch of stuff if I want to. And basically, what I have right now set to is a 65, they're calling it a bass guy, which is obviously bassman, and we're just gonna kind of like have some fun with this and see. So here's our starting tone. Now, if you listen to it, it's kind of interesting, and let me know if can you do this? Can you make a Les Paul sound like a Strat? I'm gonna do another video, Strat and Les Paul, with dealing with bridge pickups. Today we're only gonna focus on the neck pickup. But I was playing this, I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like a Strat already. It's snappy. It's got that little like Strat twang to it. I'm like, maybe my Les Paul already sounds like a Strat. And then I plugged the Strat in, and right away I'm just like, oh, no, I was wrong. I made a mistake. Messed up that chord there at the end, but right away I was like, whoa, okay, it's different. The Strat is so jangly sounding. So that's what I'm gonna kind of like, I might switch back and forth and reference them, but I want to see if I can make the Les Paul truly sound like a Strat, to where, like, you know, maybe on a record you wouldn't know it. It's that's where that chime, that signature Strat, like I said, that jangle just comes in. And I'm not gonna use position 4, I'm only using my neck pickup. I think that's kind of unfair. Because that guitar only has 2 pickups. I'm just gonna try to really get the sound in my ears. Like I said, the Les Paul, I'm like, oh, it sounds like it, and then I would really hear the Strat again, and I'm like, oh, no, it doesn't. Even though these are lower output humbuckers, they're still driving the Axe Effect into that breakup territory. So obviously, what I'm thinking that we need is not so much more treble, we need less bass, which is different, you know. There's different things you can do to your tone. You know, turning up the treble is different than turning down the bass. So I think that we need less bass in here before we mess with the treble. I like to see what the bass is doing. Still sounding really, really round. So I turned the mids up a little bit. The treble's already really high. We are going to have to... Don't need that. Although that sounds good. Like I said, I'm just going to try to mess around with what we can do to make this sound more like a Strat. Now, has a lot of delay and stuff on. And the reason why I'm going to keep the reverb on and stuff like that is because I would never use any of these guitars dry. Like, I don't want to play with a tone that I don't want to use. So I'm trying to see what else we can mess with here. Because, like I said, I think I'm gonna have to turn the treble up. I'm gonna turn the bass down a little bit more, just because these pickups are so bass heavy. Now, if I really wanted to get into it, I would raise my neck pickup, which I don't want to mess with it because I like the way the neck pickup sounds here. I'm just kind of seeing where I'm picking at, how it is affecting the overall. That's where I normally pick. Still not really sound like it. Now my cab, I think I'm going to change what kind of cabinet I'm using. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Is that cheating? I don't know. I don't know if that's cheating or not. I guess I should keep the settings on the cab the same. I have a bright switch on. I'm going to try to turn my presence up a little bit. One thing is there any kind of input drive? Yep, there is. Okay, I need to bring that down for sure. Getting closer now. But I do need to compensate for that with my master volume a little bit here. It's kind of getting a little bit more of that jangly character to it. I'm not sure how well this is going to translate through here. Middle pickup is not the answer. See, now that we've got the drive out here, I think I need to turn the bass up a little bit more. Kind of see how this sounds. The switching back and forth is going to be annoying though. So we're just going to try to see what we can do. There's like this jangle I can't get. I'm just trying to like hear different stuff in the guitar. It's still so fat. It's so much fatter than the Strat. It's crazy. Let's try, I guess a little more treble. Man. Alright, camera's turned off. Everything freaked out. I haven't messed with it, and you know what? I don't think you can make this sound like a single coil without splitting the pickup. Now, I am curious to try out a little bit more of a distorted side, and this is just kind of like, you know, can a Les Paul sound like a Strat? You know, they're very opposites. You know, Les Paul can lean a little bit more into the telly territory, but I think a Strat has to be a Strat. You know, if I had, you know, coil splits, which is what I wanted to avoid, maybe I could. So we're going to try this a little bit here. And just go into, this is like my normal distorted sound. I'm going to kill the delay and get rid of that up there. So like on the neck, again, like I said, you initially hear the Les Paul and you're like, oh, okay, it's bright, it's snappy, it's a little bit happy. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And then you plug the Strat in again. And like I said, it just kind of goes to show you just how different they are. You know, obviously humbucker, single coil, very different on their own. There's just this glassiness that a humbucker cannot get. So I'm kind of curious if I can like I said, I'm going to do another video where it's going to be a Strat trying to sound like a Les Paul, and not on the neck pickup. It's going to be bridge. So I wonder if it's like a two-way street or it's like a one-way street. Like neither one can sound like each other. So there's definitely just this jangle that a Strat has that the Les Paul is not going to get. Obviously, the biggest factor, again, I'll say it again, single coils, humbuckers, very different. But I wonder like how much scale length has to do with this kind of stuff. Obviously, the bridge. There's a lot of like different characteristics happening between these two guitars. So I think that at least those two guitars, like for tonal differences, super justifiable. And one thing that I want to like hear, like I said, is can I make the bridge pickup sound like the Les Paul? Because I think it's not going to happen without coil splits. I'm not going to make that Les Paul sound like a Strat. But I'm gonna throw the hypothesis out right now that I'm gonna be able to make this sound a lot more like that guitar than make that guitar sound like this one. So we'll see how that goes. That's gonna be another video for another day. What did you guys think? Was the Les Paul even getting in the territory? I don't think it was. I think that it is something that a Les Paul can't do unless you are modifying it. And most coil splits, I also don't think that they sound like a Strat or single coils really either. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I'm just going to go ahead and get going on that next video. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all later. Whoop!